I gotta get my scans.
I can give you whatever scans you want to.
So, and I gotta come up with a line of scales. Mm-mm. Wait, do you think like sorcerers, when they run out of energy, do they lose like stats?
Yes.
How do we know that?
What Toto says?
Because it amplifies them, and if they don't have what's amplifying them, it wouldn't be amplified.
Like progressively, like how do they if they lose cursed energy progressively? Does it mean they lose stats?
Yes,
Oh, I don't know about that.
probably.
I don't know why. Why probably?
Well, maybe like if they lose enough of it.
Yeah, I agree. Like if you run out, like it's
Yeah.
like not chakra.
Oh, well, I guess you could use like when Megami uses domain against the curse bear, finger bear or whatever. He like
Mm.
Yeah,
used so much curse energy that he like vomited and fell asleep. He couldn't like couldn't even
yeah.
walk around. So maybe, sure.
He's trying to have an incremental argument opposed to a threshold argument.
Oh,
Well, I'm just trying to see if it's true because
well,
I
maybe
don't think it
that
is. But
that argument could entail that there's some incremental loss of stats, but I don't know.
nah.
Domain is like one of the biggest outputs, probably the biggest that they can do.
That's true.
Yeah. No, it is because they say you can only do it like once a day.
Yeah, Mahito says that it takes him 10 days to recover from using domain.
Yeah.
God damn.
Well, he says at least in 10 days I'll have it, so it could be sometime less. But
Are you ready, Geass, or do you want to do it another time?
no, I'm give me like 1 second. I'll get some scans.
Let me get my scans
God
too.
damn.
All right. Villain or Ren, do you guys know what chapter the Awasaka fight is?
95.
Yeah. Motherfucker.
Okay.
No.
And the Choso versus Yuji fight, what chapter is that?
Ooh.
One sec.
Um,
Give me
141. What's up to like
101
140?
to 105.
Okay, good.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. You said Choso.
Oh,
It's in 101 and then it skips to 103 and then to 105.
okay.
Well, can't use my chronology if Ren keeps saying what chapters things are in. But yeah, yes, in case you don't know, like I do have all the fights laid out in the server,
Oh,
the chapter numbers. Bro, I don't know. I was like super ADHD or some shit while you were debating. I just wasn't following what the fuck y'all were like. That there was some like that no bar and nail point. I don't know what the fuck like the importance of that shit was. Did she drop it? Did she hit it? Like
it
what?
was like a small point, but it was saying like, do her like was she getting out of the way of Mahito? Like was she running away from him? And he was saying no, like she just dropped the nails. It's like part of resonance. And I'm saying she was shoot. It's like more consistent. She was shooting at him, and just like was missing, and like trying to keep distance from Mahito.
mhm.
Boom.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Are you
I'm almost
ready?
ready. I'm almost ready, buddy. Wait a second.
Do you think that it's necessary for the technique requiring cursed energy for the effect to be like the output being filled with cursed energy?
Wait, can you ask that question again?
Okay. Um, a curse technique requires curse energy, but could you have something where you're outputting curse energy into a technique and then it's just like having some like physical effect that is not like filled with the curse energy?
Yeah, I think that's what infinity is.
That's what I'm getting at. Like, I don't know, because I mean, when I hear infinity, I don't think, oh, it's like this wall of cursed energy. It's more
Mm-hmm.
like he has this technique and it just like changes reality. Like the actual space where realities change, I'm not convinced that is like layers of cursed energy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't say it is either.
Okay. Yeah, because in my head when I was thinking of that, I'm like, well, since it's like kind of unknown, precedence might take over where like most output or most like effects that curse techniques have are like filled with cursed energy.
Hmm.
Um,
I see where you're going with that.
that's the doubt I wanted Geass to like put into the infinity thing, but
But
I don't know.
what the
The idea that the actual like area in which space is being like distorted or whatever doesn't necessarily isn't necessarily filled with cursed energy. Can more so be that he like it's weird. It's kind of hard to describe this shit, but like he he like output he makes this technique and then this technique like just changes reality without like leaving this energy behind or like it could be like
it's not like a barrier of cursed energy. Like there's just.
it's definitely not a barrier of cursed energy, but
But I should argue that, but I didn't know. I should have still argued it. But I don't know how Megami even scales the Choso. Like,
How Megami scales to Choso?
no, like
oh,
That would be
my
through
guess is
Yuji.
it's
you.
all
Yeah.
yeah, it's all comes down to Yuji.
Yeah.
Um, I was just curious like what kind of upscale in turn for stats you could figure for Choso. Because on first read, it's like it is a fair matchup
For Choso?
for both of them. Yeah, for Choso, sure.
Oh shit! Wait, I got some play.
What are you looking for, Geass? Maybe I
I'm
can
almost done. I
answer
need
a
like
question.
I'm on my last game.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess the first place I would look would be the Choso Yuji fight, yeah, obviously in the Choso section, and then just anything in the Awasaka section.
I think I got it.
Yep.
Oh sheesh.
That should be all you need.
May if you wanted to get extra, like, you could look at the Dagon fight, the Megami,
I think I got it.
or like Toji fight Megami, if that I don't know. Bubbles thinks Megami like scales kind of to Toji and it's like in their fight, but I think that's cap.
Toji is
Yeah.
probably holding back. I mean, but Toji scaling is all it's weird. It's just there's a couple characters in this series that are just weird to scale, like Toji, Jogo, and sort of Dagon. Maybe it's because
I'm okay with the Jogo. Like Jogo's, it's just he has evidence going in different directions. He's either like up or he's down.
hmm.
But I don't know. For me, I get like I'm unsure about Nanami. No, Bara is honestly the character I want. Like I cannot like ground in any scaling.
Yeah, it's true. She doesn't really have
She's
much,
in fights.
but it's always like she's fighting someone that's should be weaker than her, like a beaten up Kechizu and
Yeah, and I've thought about like, well, maybe I'll just like throw doubt on something for the Catchy Zoo shit, like Pass was doing.
Okay, where does it talk about Yuji's prowess in here, or like his physical ability?
In
And
what fight?
just in general.
Oh, I don't have the Yuji shit. That's like the one character I don't have like captioned. His physical. When are they talking about his physicals? Like in Shibuya?
Well, there's that Nanami
Like
statement. Him being like having relative striking strength to Nanami.
That statement a little mid.
Yeah.
I don't need that. I just need.
Because they're always talking about his physicals. So like, what kind of scaling are you trying to get off of it?
Just saying he has good like senses, basically.
Good senses. Does he? Maybe. Good senses.
Good perception.
I honestly don't know. Beep.
She's crazy.
Because haven't gone through these scans to caption them is probably why I have lesser knowledge on Yuji than most.
Oh,
He maybe perceived Sukuna.
I don't know. I don't know. Oh, the reason. Oh shit! I forgot why Mahito couldn't like take over Yuji Soul.
Sukuna.
Yeah. All right, we can start that, I guess. All right, so let's say Choso. His main attack scales over Yuji, and
What does that mean?
here, let me give it his attack. It's like the convergence that scales over Yuji, and
Geass,
so
are you recording?
oh no.
If you don't care about what happens, don't record. If you give any shits, then record.
All right, so convergence scales over Yuji, in which he can barely dodge it, and when he does block it, it it like breaks through his hand. It like cuts his arms open. So
You're
I'm
talking
saying
about piercing blood?
yeah. So Megami
What?
like doesn't have
Okay.
that same resistance.
Wait, are
So
you piercing blood or convergence? Because
the one
or
that's like
maybe I'm thinking
an arrow he
supernova.
claps together. I think
Okay.
that's convergence.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah. What'd you say?
it would just scale to his head. Well, okay, Yuji blocks it with his arms, and I'm saying that Megami doesn't have that same level of strength. So Choso would just like break through Megami's arms if he's able to block it and just like kills him and one shots him.
Isn't that presupposing that Choso's technique would be faster than Megami?
Yeah, I'm saying. Well, oh yeah, Megami scales to Yuji because they fight earlier, and a weaker Yuji scales to Megami.
A weaker Yuji? This should
Yeah,
be the same.
the one that fights in the against the grandma and like two other like sorcerers.
Why are you saying that the Yuji that fought Awasaka is weaker than Choso? And if so, why? Than when he fought Choso? And if so, why?
Oh, he can be the
Why
Megami
can't
that
it?
fought
Why is he
there.
just not? I'm talking about Yuji. Talking about Yuji. Why is he not just the same strength, like the same Yuji?
What do you mean?
I'm asking. I'm at Okay, so I might have been confused, but what I understood was that you were saying Yuji is weaker against Awasaka than he is with Choso at the start of the fight with Choso. And I'm asking if that is what you meant, why is that the case?
No, I think Yuji is the same
Okay.
throughout most of the arc, and more specifically through these two fights. But Choso scales above this Yuji, who has higher durability and AP, at least physically, than Megumi. So if he's able to tag Yuji, he would definitely be able to tag Megumi, but Megumi has no defense for this like piercing blood convergence attack. So I'm
Okay,
saying he
so
one shots him with it.
I'm gonna drop some scans on why I think Megumi is just faster than Yuji.
Okay.
So there's this scan where Awasaka does like some quick draw shit out of nowhere. And both Yuji and Megumi are in front of him. And as you can see, Yuji gets hit by the attack, but Megami is able to like run around behind him or like jump behind him or so. I'm not sure how he got behind him, but it was definitely through some physical movement in reaction to the attack in front of him.
Where was Megumi before the strike?
Right in front of him. The scans are in order.
Was he attacking Megami? I see him slash, and it seems like he's looking to
He's
the.
attacking both of them.
No, it seems like he's slashing with his left arm, which is only in
Then
the
why did
place where
Megami move out
Yuji's
of the
at.
way?
So that he could summon the hawk to move Yuji.
What?
He summons a hawk to move Yuji out of like harm's way.
Cone.
So okay, so you're saying he moved out of the way of the attack just to summon something?
Well, he moved out of his danger range, right? Because he can only attack within this range or this radius. And if he was going for Yuji, which I think he is here, it allows Megami to be able to do something which is helpful, and it does help because Yuji is actually saved like by his hawk.
I think
Or
the implication that he's attacking both of them is as he goes to draw his sword, both of them are perceiving and or I guess perceiving danger, right? And the panel where both of their eyes are like covered by some black lines, like as he's drawing his sword out of his belt. I think it's implicative that something is coming towards both of them who are right in front of him. Both of them are enemies to him. So it's fine that he would attack both of them since they're both standing directly in front of him with like a wide slash from left to right, which should cover both of them. Again, right in front of him.
how how can you like determine this slash is going to cut both of them?
I'm saying the slash went from left to right, like the left side of his body, or sorry,
Yeah.
right to left. So I think within that like range at which he's swinging his arm, he should be attacking Megami and Yuji because they're right in front of him, and that's why Megami moves beside him and Yuji tries to dodge, but he gets hit.
Okay. I think I offered a reasonable alternative. That being
But
he's trying to
why is he
take
only attacking Yuji?
because that's the person in front of him.
Megami is also in front of him.
And there's other scaling that shows that they scale to each other.
Okay, wait. So are you contesting that he attacked both of them and one performed a greater speed feat than the other, or not?
No, I'm saying that because they scale to each other, he must have only been attacking one of them, and that's why Yuji
Well, I'm
had to.
showing you here that they don't
Mhm.
scale to each other.
Yeah, so I would you would be offering one interpretation. I'm offering a different one, and I'll show it.
Can you prove that they scale to each other like here,
Yeah.
like in terms of speed?
Mhm. Yeah, 1 second.
Can you just tell me what you're gonna bring up? Like,
Them both attacking old man and
okay, Megami is
using
trying to
relative
match
attack.
Yuji's speed. He says it in the scan that I've already posted. He says, to be honest, fighting the enemy isn't the hard part. It's trying to work together with him.
Why does that entail their matching speed or their
The reason that
nerfing
it
each other?
the
Yeah.
reason that it entails that he's matching his speed is because, as I've shown, he has a greater speed feat right after this, and he's saying it's hard to match with Yuji because I guess You can insert any reason, but I'll insert the reason of maybe slowing down in mid combat. It's him fighting like out of his element is difficult for him if he's not fighting as usual as he usually does. He has to slow himself down.
1 second. Trying to get the scan
What scan? There's 3
Uh,
people in here that could help you get the scan.
from uh the Eno fight, like when they're first fighting.
From
Mm.
the Eno fight. Eno
Yeah,
doesn't fight him.
no, I'm saying like during this entire fight. Like I want to get when they're like rushing, and I'll grab that real quick.
It's chapter 95 if you're looking for it.
Yeah.
Does it go into chapter 96? I don't think so.
It does.
Oh, it sure does. Oh, here's something else. I didn't know this skin existed. It's funny.
It ends in 97.
The
It's
first time we
him.
see Awasaka's in 94.
Yeah.
What are those scans you posted?
They're showing that he has the ability to tie him up.
What is the context of this?
He just he throws out his wire and is able to tie him up. Yeah.
Wire. I'm not sure Yuji ever fights with a wire. I'm not. What's the chapter, bro? There's like I feel like there's missing context here.
It's 94.
What is even going on? Why?
Yuji
He's
is
a-
kind of fighting with a wire. With the
Yeah, and he's
the
able to
fuck?
tag like Arasaka.
Well, let me see. Hold on. Give me 1 second. So Aosaka's in midair. Where is Yuji even at? Does he just go past him?
Oh, wait, where the fuck?
It looks like he jumps past him while he's in midair. Sure, Yuji is faster than Aosaka, and Aosaka's in midair.
No, he throws the rope at him and is able to catch him, and then like jumps and takes him down.
Yeah, everything. Aosaka is just slower in the air. Or no, I think the bird drops it on top of him or something. Because the bird was carrying one part of the string, Yuji was carrying the other part, and the bird's flying like off the building towards Awasaka, and it's gone next time, and the string is obviously not being pulled by it. Oh wait, it is being pulled. I thought that was a
Yes.
fucking helicopter.
He's
That's
pulling
the
it.
bird. Oh my god. So the bird and him together can tie him up
It-
when he's in midair. Sure.
So that means his attack speed is higher than
In midair. Yeah.
okay. And then later,
So when the opponent is nerfed, yes.
okay. And then later, there's like I dropped the last.
What is
Where did I
this?
put these? Oh yeah. Later, he runs into this guy, is able to punch him like very directly. Then him and Megami land 2 attacks on him. He's able to hit him again directly, or they're both able to hit him, so they would scale to each other.
What are you saying that he couldn't react to Yuji's hit here or what?
Yeah, I'm saying he's able to tag him multiple times.
Okay, so are you saying it's because he cannot react, or because I have a different interpretation on why he could be getting hit here?
In both instances, I think that he's fighting and just ends up getting attacked. I think that's the clear indication.
Well, I heard you. You're repeating yourself. But I'm asking why. Why is he getting attacked here? And
But
I'm
he
asking if
simply
you're going to say he could not react or something else, because I can offer a different interpretation on why he got hit here.
was hit and just did not react here.
Bruh.
Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna ignore you since you repeated yourself 4 times, and I've asked the question
He's trying to
multiple
like
times.
dismiss it as a feat, yes.
Yeah, yeah. The guy like didn't have the ability.
Are you
to
saying he
react, yeah.
can or cannot react? Can he or can
Yeah.
he not react? Or you
He
don't want to
he
say
did.
either one?
I don't
He
know that
didn't.
he.
Okay, so then we
I don't
don't
know that he
know.
necessarily did not.
We don't know if
cannot.
it's a speed feat then. Moving
Okay.
on.
Okay. You know, I will say it's impossible for him to react. He just could not hear.
Okay, that'd be an argument from ignorance.
Okay. Well, wait, even if that's not the case, we know that this is in the context of a fight that the guy's trying to dodge, right? So
I
him
don't
not
know
being
if I don't know that he's trying to dodge here. because he has his technique on. So I don't. He doesn't really need to dodge if they haven't figured out the technique, right? He
Well,
could,
actually,
but
yeah,
I
go
don't
ahead.
know that he's trying to in this specific instance.
Okay, here we go. So wait, here's one thing I wanted to bring up. So they both attack at the same time here, Megami and Yuji, and they end up in the same position and can both land an attack.
What are you? Oh, are you? Did you repost that scan? Or this scan you
Yeah.
mean?
Yes.
Is Megami? I don't think Megami's hitting him here. I think he's getting. I think he's fighting Yuji. Megami's running on the long side, Cone on the side. Then the dog hits him upside the head. I don't think Megami is attacking here ever. No, at least not in this panel. I think he gets ready to attack because in the next panel, that's when they both hit him at the same time.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah, that's actually what happened. So I posted a scan. I'll repost it because it might have gotten lost. This is another instance of Aosaka just kicking Yuji in the face and Megami. Well, hold on. I didn't grab the second scan. Hold on 1 second. He turns to Megami and Megami is able to block his attack.
oh, sure. You know that Megami's behind him, right? Well, no. Yeah, Megami's behind him, right? Like he's just where he's attacking Yuji, and
Look
Megami
at the
like
two
gets behind him and
scans.
hits him. Yeah.
He
Oh,
turns to him and then attacks him, and Megami blocks it.
yeah. I think
And
all these characters are relative to each other.
no, I think okay, they can be relative, but Megami has shown that he's clearly faster than Yuji,
Clearly faster.
despite relativity.
No, I think this scan goes into what we were saying earlier. It's just the feat of the old man attacking Yuji primarily and like looking out for him specifically. He even goes on to say, "What raw power? I got to be on my toes." And it just like lends context that he's attacking Yuji primarily because he finds him to be the greatest threat. So in the like these scenes, I'm saying he is attacking Yuji primarily. That's why his like his attacks land more clearly, right? Megami's just getting counter attacks, right? Where the guy is trying to fight Yuji and he just gets like a backhand or he catches him while he's in the
I
middle
don't
of an
think
attack.
that's true at all.
I mean, wait,
This is
sure,
not a counterattack. He hits him, and he turns around, looks at him, and you can see that with that little white mark above Megami's head, he's perceiving what's happening, and he blocks the attack.
no,
Another time,
that's not what I'm talking about. Yeah.
another time when he perceives that Awasaka is going to draw his blade from his belt, he's able to get behind him, meaning Awasaka cannot hit Megami at all. Can't
What? Yeah.
all he can do is either be blocked by Megami or dodged, but he's hit Yuji multiple times in a
Yeah,
fair
and
fight.
in both those contexts, I think I'm lending myself to like this. He's attacking Yuji primarily. Right?
Why does it matter who he attacks first if he's attacking them separately and they're both performing feats separately? At least the ones that we're talking about, anyways.
Yeah, it would mean that they're all relative, and the reason why he's hitting Yuji here is because he's
I
attacking.
agreed with you,
Yeah,
but
is the reason he's actually tagging Yuji is because he's focused on his attacks. Megami is in instances where the guy is again off guard or nerfed, right? Where he's
what
attacking Yuji and has to try to find Megami to attack him
you
next.
just said he's focused on Yuji's attacks and that's why Yuji is getting tagged by Awasaka.
Yes.
Awasaka's focused on Yuji's attacks, so that's why Yuji is getting tagged by
No,
Awasaka.
he's focused on attacking Yuji.
What does that mean? He's shown to attack Yuji first?
Yeah, primarily. That's why I sent the scan where he says this
Does that
kid's
slow
rela-.
him down? Like if he attacks somebody second?
Yes, I think that focusing your attacks here, showing that all these people, from what I've inferred, all these people are relative. He tries to attack Yuji first, and then he says, "I got to be on my toes. What raw power? This kid's relentless."
No, that doesn't have that. No, the thing I'm showing you happens before that car scene.
Well, no, I'm not saying that he just because he makes this statement, he doesn't infer Yuji has power, right? It's evident. What I'm saying is
It's
because
not as
Yuji
evident as it was when he threw a car at him.
he can feel his punches, right? Like he can tell his physical strength. That's why I'm saying it's evident.
Okay.
All right. So he has like a very direct gauge of how like powerful his strikes are. So I'm saying because he has his direct gauge, even if this is another showing of how strong Yuji is, it follows narratively. Yuji is extremely powerful as far as like his physicality.
Okay, can we get
Here,
on something relevant? I don't care
yeah,
about their AP right here. Doesn't
yeah,
matter.
okay. So, well, I'm actually just scaling speed. Yeah.
Okay, stop
From here,
talking about his power, please.
well, no, I'm saying, oh no, no, I'm using physicality to determine why he would be attacking him first. Even if they scale in speed, if this person has the ability to one shot you, right, you would want to kill them first.
They both have the ability to one-shot him.
Once they figure out his ability, yeah, they do.
Yeah. So I guess you'd be implicitly implying that Megami cannot harm him without the ability,
Wait, and
which would be
uh,
weird.
without knowing it, yeah, he can't.
I'm saying if the ability didn't exist.
Oh, well, I mean, we know it does though, and it's always on.
Okay. I don't think him attacking Yuji first is going to make him slower because in the points where he's attacking Megami, he diverts his entire attention towards him, turns his entire body around to look at him, and then attacks him after he's done attacking Yuji. I
He's,
don't think it would slow him down at all.
you don't think being off balance makes one slower? Like,
Off
he's
balance? What do you
been
mean off balance?
he's bending backwards, and his legs are literally like in front of him. Like he's literally
He's
like
in the
sideways to
air
the
when
ground.
he kicks Yuji in the face. Like
Uh,
right before he turns to Megami, he's still in the air. He got a hit off on Yuji.
No, he's kicking him from the ground.
So how did he end up in the air?
He's not in the air. He's just leaning backwards. There's nothing like even inferring that he's necessarily
Okay,
in
well
the air.
both of his legs are planted on the ground when he attacks Megami anyways.
Yeah, that's out of stance for the kicks he's throwing, right?
He's not throwing a kick, he's slicing at him.
What is he?
Are you looking at the scan?
Where he hits him after this, and Megami blocks.
I'll
Um,
post the scan again. It's literally planted
okay.
feet on the ground slashing him.
Oh, you're saying he replanted his feet.
Yeah.
Uh, okay, that's fine. I think Megami has more time to react here
Why?
because Arasaka isn't immediately attacking him. He makes eye contact. He has to change his foot stance and then attack. So Megami has more time to
Why
attack.
couldn't he do it all at the same time?
Well, we know when they make eye contact, he's leaning backwards, right? If he's leaning
Yeah.
backwards and then he goes to a position where he's sitting upright in a squat, he had to have changed his body position because he's now uh it's perpendicular to the ground, right? So he goes from parallel to the ground to
So you're
90
wait. You're determining he has more time to dodge than Yuji did when he got kicked in the face? How can you
Yeah, because
determine that when we don't see how Awasaka even ended up in that position in the first place?
well, okay. Hold on. Well, if that's not the case, wait, let me see. But let me see if we can even determine.
Wait, my bad. Hold on. Look in the
'Cause I'm pretty
chat,
sure
bro.
we
Look
can.
in the chat. Look in the chat. So he's kicking Yuji. He kicks Yuji. He's not in the air at all. One foot is on the ground, literally.
Yeah,
He gets
exactly.
hit in the face and he turns around, plants his foot. I'm not saying this happens in sequential order. I'm just telling you the actions that are taken. Plants his foot and slashes. It could happen all at the same time. It could happen in sequential order. We wouldn't know one way or the other.
There we go. Yeah, he's already on the ground and his foot is planted ready to kick Yuji, right?
Yeah,
So
that's
we
what I
know,
said.
yeah, so we know it if he's already on the ground and in position to kick, all he has to do is throw the kick. In the scene you're depicting where he's slashing Megami, he's parallel to the ground, which means his back is
Wait,
literally
why is he
facing
parallel to the ground?
because it just is like it's just a like
He
an
couldn't just
observation.
be like falling towards Megami or falling like towards the ground, like his upper body just
Yeah, that's
falling
what I'm
towards the ground
saying.
a little bit.
He's leaning backwards and then he has to change position into a squat. So it means that he necessarily is he switches his
Okay,
body
okay.
position. And that takes
So
more time than just
how
standing
do
in
you
the same
know?
position and throwing an
How
attack.
could you determine it takes more time
Oh,
than kicking?
because two actions were okay. So in the first example, he's hitting Yuji. There's one attack being thrown, the kick. He's already in position and he's throwing it. In the next attack, he's leaning parallel to the ground, then gets upright and squats so he can slash, meaning he's now performing a movement where he's moving his body like rotating it essentially,
I
and
understand what
then
you're
throwing an
saying.
attack. So now there's two actions being performed versus the one. And plus, a kick takes longer time because it has longer arc length. So it is a faster attack.
What? You just said a kick takes longer.
Yes, it has longer arc length than
What?
a
How are
punch
just
or a
because
slash.
you're just because there's one more motion happening than the other, why does that entail that one is faster than the other?
So
Like how do
okay,
you know
okay, yeah,
which
yeah.
one is faster? Just
Yeah,
because
so
there's
if
two
we
motion.
if we don't have any bases for like any of these like specific attacks to be stronger, they'd be assumed to be the same, right? They're all attacks, and we know that there is a different arc length. They're like unless you want to assert an arm is longer than a leg, right? So the amount of time it takes for a kick to reach someone is longer than it takes for a slash or a punch to reach someone, right? Because
Well,
the
how do we know
arm
the distance between Megami and Awasaka?
it's within arm's length, which is shorter than a kick length. Unless you're saying his arms are longer than his legs.
I mean, that's possible, but I'm not gonna assert it.
Unless you can
Yeah.
assert that, it doesn't matter, right? Because we know, unless he's like, I don't know, fucking Slender Man or some shit.
Okay,
His
I
arms are
don't care
shorter,
about this. I don't care about this feat. I'll drop this
right?
feat.
So yeah, so
Megami
I'm saying
dodged
it
out
would
of the way in
fail.
front of him, so he's still faster. It doesn't matter.
No, I'm saying you can't. That couldn't be asserted. They would just be equal because it's a longer attack, right? He has more time to perform this dodge or this block.
I'm talking about the first feat where he gets behind him.
I gave context for that, where I think he's targeting Yuji.
Okay, I don't see just because Yuji has higher physicality doesn't mean Megami isn't a more dangerous fighter. Like just saying he has higher
Yeah,
physicality wouldn't entail that Awasaka is using this thought process to come to the conclusion that I need to take down Yuji first because he is more of a threat due to his physicality. That's headcanon. I don't know why you asserted that. There's no rhyme or reason as to why he's attacking Yuji first. He's just attacking Yuji first. But however, in this instance, he's attacking both of them because they're both right in front of him.
yeah. I'm saying this is the case because he specifically says what raw power comments on it and says I got to be on my toes.
That
So
doesn't
I'm
mean
saying
I'm going after him first. That means I have to watch for what Yuji's doing because he's probably stronger than the other kid.
so. What I'm
But it
saying is
doesn't
it.
mean faster.
So what I'm saying is if he notes that Yuji is more likely to damage him, he's going to be attacking him more primarily because he goes out of his way to specifically
No,
say.
why? Why does
Wait, Tesla,
why?
let me finish. Let me finish. Because he specific. This person is dangerous. Look at their power. I have to be on my toes.
Why does that mean I'm going to attack him first? Like kill him first?
Because they pose much more danger to to this person, right? He specifically says I have to be careful around him, and he does not say that about Megumi. So we're saying there's evidence for Yuji being more
It
dangerous.
means
There's no
Yuji's
evidence for Megumi being more dangerous, right?
it means
So we
Yuji's
have
stronger, sure. This
yeah,
is
yeah.
all you can get from this. Like, fine, who
Okay, that's
cares if
why
he's
I'm
stronger?
saying. That's why I'm saying if he can do more damage, it's more likely that this guy trying to win the fight would not want to sustain more damage so he doesn't lose the fight.
Well, he's not sustaining any damage
How do you know that? Because he bleeds like a couple times.
because of his curse technique. That's how I know that.
No, it means he takes minimal damage. It does not negate damage. Megami even says specifically this is not damage negation, right? So
Okay,
him
well,
taking
what
less
damage
damage,
is he taking? Like, is it shown? Minimal damage
yeah,
could literally mean like a baby scratching an adult. Like, they can
yeah.
take damage
I'm
from
pretty sure
that.
he bleeds. Give me 1 second. Do. I'm gonna get the panel. Okay, yeah, he bleeds out of his mouth and like a little bit. So he's at least suffering like some blood loss from this fight.
Where's blood?
It's like the blood spatters like everywhere, like the coming out of his mouth and like spraying everywhere.
I don't think that's blood, bro.
We see it later. It's like same thing, just blood spatters. It even makes that crack sound to say like
Well,
signify
where's the
some
blood
damage.
at? Like
It's
afterwards. Just
he's spitting it out like it's coming out of his mouth.
I don't see any blood on his body at all. Like after the attack.
It would just be on the ground and like spewing out.
And anyways, they both attacked him there, so they can both make him bleed. Sure. Who
Okay.
cares?
I mean, that'd be fine.
I still
That would just
think
mean Yuji's
I
more
still
dangerous.
think I still think that there's no way for you to prove that Awasaka's having this thought process and where he's targeting Yuji first, especially with both them performing pretty similar feats, except one being faster, one having more raw strength. I still think that the order at which he attacks him is just random. There's just no rhyme or reason to. He's just attacking the two enemies in front of him.
Well, I gave the one example where he kicked him, and that was specifically a kick meant just for you. Oh, you're saying
What? So
he
he does?
arbitrarily kicked
Are
him?
you saying that because he attacks Yuji at all that he's just going for Yuji first? He attacks Megumi too. Like
Well, no, he goes for Yuji first, then hits Megumi, right? So there's an order to like when he's attacking. He could have like you're absolutely right. He can choose like either one, but I'm saying because he specifically and through the instances I've given is choosing to hit Yuji first, which is what I think I've shown. It goes to show, or I think it lends credence to the fact that he's attacking him.
okay, I'll just say he's attacking Yuji because he's right in front of him. Whatever. He attacks the enemies that are in front of him. It's very consistent.
Okay, I think the statement like gives credence to that. Okay, we can move off that. There's not much more.
Well, let me just say he attacks people. He's attacked both Yuji and Megumi who were right in front of him. And then this panel where he's kicking, Yuji is also right in front of him. When he turns to Megumi, he's also right in front of him. He attacks him. I think it's just consistent that Awasaka attacks the person that's right in front of him. There's no outside rhyme or reason. He just sees the person in front of him and he attacks him.
Yeah. Okay.
Very
All right.
consistent.
All right. We can move off
Anywho,
that.
so you disagree that Megumi is faster. So I'll just go under the pretense that I won that fight.
Okay, even if Megami is faster and they're even like remotely relative, Choso can blitz Yuji later. So
Oh my God.
I'm gonna show that he would just be a blitz factor above either of them.
Okay, let me see that. A blitz factor.
Oh no. He must have been in the Choso section.
Yes, sir. Let's go. Let's go.
So you're determining that this hit in his stomach is a blitz?
Yeah.
Why?
He can't react to it.
And this is, are you saying that there's no outside circumstances, wow, outside circumstances that are influencing Yuji's reaction time at all?
Nope.
Yes, read the scan and then like reconsider what you're like saying or responding to.
Okay.
So this is Yuji at full attention, completely ready to counterattack or block, getting hit so fast that he can't react. That's what you're stating?
Yes, multiple times. Yes.
Okay, he clearly, and it's not multiple times.
He gets punched like 3 times.
After he's getting hit, I don't think this is like considered a blitz anymore. He's like getting knocked around so he couldn't even. Anyways, that's irrelevant. What I'm trying to say is the reason Yuji is going ga and has his hand in front of his arm, his hand in front of his chest in that weird position is because Choso tried to fire piercing blood, or got in the stance of firing piercing blood, stopped and tricked Yuji.
I'm talking about the scan before that, where he's punching him. He uses the like flowing red skill and just punches the shit out of him.
No, I'm talking about that one, the one to the right where Yuji's saying ga.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Is that what you're referring to?
Oh yeah.
Okay, he caught Yuji off guard. He literally said a fake out. And then he proceeds to literally, as Yuji's gotten hit, he proceeds to amp himself and hit Yuji with the barrage of attacks. So I don't think Choso in a normal setting where he's not tricking Yuji or like catching him off guard with the increase of his speed or his like physicality, would normally be able to do things like this, because even in when they're having just like a close combat battle, like when Yuji, what's it called, gets stabbed in the foot, you know what I'm talking about? He's able
Yeah.
to completely overpower Choso, and Choso's not able to do anything in response, not even harden
Wait,
like
can you show that? Can you show that
harden
where
his
you
body.
said he's
It's
completely overpowering him? Like he can't do anything.
I'm literally. Do you see the scans?
Oh, you sent
Being,
it?
yeah.
Sorry. Um, is he using his flowing red scale here?
No.
Yeah, I think that ends him.
Obviously, I said the same thing.
Yeah, so with this technique, and he when he wants to use it, it would just make him a blitz factor faster.
Why you're saying that without proving it was a blitz? I've already explained as to why he's getting hit suddenly so many times without being able to do anything. Why is it a blitz?
All right, one sec. Let me get his other attacks.
It, I thought it was just this page that you were saying is a blitz. I'm arguing this page that you posted.
Okay, we can move off that page then.
Okay, so that's not a blitz?
I'll just say he's faster.
Okay, I disagree. For the same reason that it's not a blitz. He's literally off guard.
Wait, what do you mean by off guard? Why is he off
He
guard
gets
here?
punched in. He gets a fake out punched, and then suddenly out of nowhere, Choso increases his physicality and begins to attack Yuji. So Yuji has an unexpected level of speed to now deal with, which he's also recoiling from the hit that just happened to him. Like he's not properly ready to defend himself.
Hold up. He's in a blocking stance, so like he has his arms up and still can't block him out.
What?
His hand is up, like it's up in a blocking position, and he still can't like move
Why couldn't
around.
this just be like a jerk reaction to something that he knew was coming or thought was coming? And then he hit him with something else that could probably be faster than what piercing blood was.
Hold on. I'm pretty sure he punches him here.
Yes, but he's about to use piercing blood, and that's why Yuji like has a jerk reaction to put up his hands, like, "Oh shit, I'm about to
Wait,
get
no,
hit by this."
I think that's in the wrong order. So if you
No,
like
it's
look
not.
in the top right, he says "Ga." He can fire without the orbs, or does he still have some left?
See,
And then he
he's
moves.
literally in his mind thinking, "Oh shit, he's gonna fire it again."
Yeah, but his
Meaning,
reaction. Oh, sorry,
oh
guy.
my god.
But his reaction is to block. Like I think every time he's been like hit with that thing close range, he tries to block.
Okay, well he definitely isn't. He never blocks it by putting one arm up and looking like a goofy ass nigga like this. He's
Yeah,
literally
so
off guard, and he wouldn't be able to block it properly anyway. So anything he's doing right here would not be to his full attention like it was previously when he previously blocked it, or when he's previously able to overpower Choso or move faster than Choso, like kick down faster than Choso can even like harden his own body or do anything with blood blood manip.
okay.
Because
So
Choso doesn't have to physically move to harden his body if I'm remembering correctly. All
okay.
he
So
does
if
is
he's
harden it.
yeah, if he has his guard up, it's between the time Yuji has his
Can
arm
you
up and
prove that's his guard and not just like some
okay, well, okay,
jerk
let me all right,
reaction?
I'll be more clear. Between the time he has his arm up and when he puts it down, Choso's able to strike him, right? So he's able to move in and strike him, and all Yuji can do is move his arm, right? So he even if you want to say this is off guard or not a blitz, he would still be significantly faster because he's moving in a way that is he's moving to Yuji and striking him in the amount of time Yuji can just put his arm down, right? So that would just mean that he's significantly faster to the point where he can move in and strike while Yuji can just put his arm down again. It's much faster, right? He's moving much more
Yeah. Do you
distance.
think flowing red scale is faster than Choso's base?
Um, I think it's an
Do you agree that these two were swapping hands when Choso was in flowing red scale, like later on in the bathroom?
I think that was a nerfed like all his abilities were nerfed.
Not his flowing red scale, which amps his physicality, which is all that matters.
Can you show that? Because I don't. I think every ability he had was nerfed because he couldn't coagulate his blood.
Okay, you're not listening to what I'm saying. I'll say it again.
You're saying not that
Listen to what I'm
ability, but
saying.
I'm pretty sure that ability requires
Wait,
on
listen to
blood.
what I'm
I
saying.
heard you.
The blood inside his body is not being affected by the water. It is not coagulating to the point of being unusable. The blood inside his body is all he can use, and that's why that's all he's using.
Okay.
Anywho, so if Yuji was getting blitzed or is so slow that he cannot react to base Choso, it wouldn't make sense that he's also able to react to flowing scale and flowing red scale before his amp, which is like whenever he realizes he needs to turn his fear into curse energy.
So you're saying because he uses the red flowing scale that he scales to Yuji? This doesn't
Yuji,
wait. If this isn't amp at all, base Choso.
what are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about?
Okay, if red flowing scale is a amp at all,
Of course it
he's
is. It's stated to be an amp.
yeah, sure. So if it's an amp at all, and he's scaling to him in base, that means he would have to be faster than Yuji, right?
What?
They're swapping hands in
He's
base.
not
So
scaling to him in base, though. He's catching him off guard. So I'm telling you why my
what?
interpretation would be consistent.
What? No, I'm
Be,
saying look at this new scan. Look at this new scan.
I
I'm dropping more
okay.
evidence.
Allow me to make my argument.
Yeah.
So in order for my interpretation to be consistent, which is saying Yuji got caught off guard by base Choso, I'm presenting the fact that Yuji is able to scale to flowing red scale and flowing red scale stack, which should be stronger than flowing red scale.
What
Oh
did you
my
show he
god. Yes,
scales
we're
to the
debating.
flowing
I
red
lost my
scale?
train of thought. Holy shit.
You're on the scan about the fake out and the flowing red scale.
Okay, so in order for my interpretation to be consistent, base UG gets caught off guard by base Choso, not base UG. UG gets caught off guard by Choso. Choso enters higher forms, which are flowing red scale and flowing red scale stack, which UG before his amp is able to swap hands with, which would mean unless UG got amp before, which I think there's a precedent in the series when Yuji does get an amp, it's either commented on directly by the narrator or an outside character. Which is like when Toji Todo realizes Yuji's like gaining strength as he's learning to use his curse energy better in their fight, and where Yuji gets stronger in his fight with Choso with the amp by turning fear into curse energy. I'm sure there's one other time, but I
Yeah,
can't remember it.
I'll just this unless I see the amp shown or like quantified or necessarily like spoken about in some way or like essentially evidence. I'm not going to agree like amps occurred
What do you mean?
unless like you evidence the amp. I'm not just going to agree like to.
All right, so you're asking me to show you where he turns fear into curse energy, like more curse energy, like negative emotions, which are the source of curse energy. That's what you're asking me to show you?
No, we can get on that later, but I wanted to like get on the scans I was presenting, right? So I'm saying, uh, do you see the bathroom scan I sent? Like this one, the second to
Yes.
last one, right?
Yes.
He's fighting him in base, right? They're swapping hands in base. So if this
No, that's
red
flowing
flowing,
red scale stack Choso versus Yuji. That's his strongest form that he's fighting him in.
wait,
You can
how do you
see
know
the
that he's using this
markings
technique?
on his face.
Oh shit. You might be right. Okay. All right, that's fine. If you want to say he scales, like his ult form scales to that, that's fine.
Okay, so basically Yuji doesn't scale below base Choso and scales actually way above base Choso. But in the instance where Yuji is taking immense amounts of damage, it's like so much damage that his left arm is unusable. Then his foot gets stabbed through, and then he gets caught off guard. Of course, it's gonna look like he's scaling under him, like all these extenuating factors. But
Wait, do you
however,
know
if
that? Wait. Sorry, you said something about his foot getting stabbed. Why does that make him slower?
like blood loss, him
Yeah.
losing blood, why would it
Why does
make
that
him
make
slow?
him
Him
slower?
getting injuries. I think that
Yeah,
makes
why
him
does that make him
slower.
slower? He has like
So
inherent
I
like
think he's
regen
like a
because
normal
of
human
Sukuna.
being.
Because he's
Normal.
No, he has regen because of
Holy shit!
Sukuna.
Who is that? Need to mute,
Orca.
like turn you down. Holy
But not,
fuck!
Shut
no,
up,
he has,
nigga.
all right, stop. He has inherent regen because of Sukuna.
Inherent regen. He only
Yeah.
regens when he switches to Sukuna, and Sukuna chooses to do it on purpose.
Oh shit.
Not
Is that true?
Naruto.
Is that
Yes,
true?
that's true.
Okay. Even if it is, why does him losing blood or like getting stabbed make him slower?
Because he's taking an immense amount of pain, right? His body
Why
can't
does pain
handle
make him
these things.
slower?
Here I'll just show like an instance as to
Okay,
why.
stop. Orca, stop.
Do you know that when Yuji like blocked piercing blood and his arm got all cut up, he says my arm is like the cut was so deep that my arm is I can barely move it, which entails pain or injury to a great extent can make Yuji slower, like or unable to move the way he normally does, which would
Why wouldn't
entail
that just
slowness.
why wouldn't that just limit the range at which his arms can move, right? Like let's say he can I don't know, he has some elasticity where he can stretch his arms out all the way, but it just becomes this pain like essentially stops him from moving completely. Why would that slow him down as far as his foot?
Why is that interpretation even being considered?
Because you're saying I can barely. He said, "Well, let me get the scan." I think he says I can barely move it or something, or I can't move it or something.
I can't really move my left arm, meaning he couldn't use it in the way he needs to, regardless if it's
Wait, can I get
by
the context for it? Because I'm about to get it.
the context is literally has been posted numerous times. He gets cut in the arm. He says the thing is too deep. The injury is too deep. I can't move my arm the way I need to.
Can you drop that? I don't see what it's saying.
Okay.
Okay. Where's that shit at? Villain or somebody, could you drop the where he
I'm
blocks his
dropping it,
arms?
bro. Relax. There.
Yeah,
Move
I
my-
couldn't take this pain.
Okay. Yeah. Why wouldn't that just mean it limiting his range of movement?
Why would it mean that?
Because he says, but I can't really move my arm anymore. And really, I think so. You agree, not being able to move means being stationary.
Well, we can clearly see he can move his arm. Like he can
Yeah,
like swing it like a punch, like he does with his other arm.
yeah. So
So
why
I
does
don't
that?
think it's a limited range of motion. In fact, what I think it is, it's not like the other arm, which is uninjured, and in fact, it is heavily injured, so he cannot move it at the speed at which he needs to. There's no sign or indication that he is suffering some range of motion like issues.
Well, do you know that his full range of motion is being met every time he punches?
Do you know that?
No, I'm saying we don't know that, so we can't assert it's either one. We would
No,
just say,
you can't assert anything about the range of motion because you just admitted that neither of us know what his full range of motion is in the first place.
yeah. I'm saying if this is a possible interpretation, and you're offering a possible
You're the one who
interpretation.
offered that interpretation.
Yeah. So I'm saying if we're both offering possible interpretations, right?
No, yours is impossible. You just
Okay.
admitted yours
No,
is impossible.
no, that's not what. Oh my gosh, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it is possible. They're both possible, right? Just because we lack info on something doesn't mean it's impossible. It just
Well,
means
I'm
that
just
it.
telling you what you said. You said it was
Oh,
impossible.
yes. I did not say it was impossible. I just said this is an interpretation. We don't necessarily have knowledge which one is correct or definitive knowledge, right? So I'm saying if both of these are, it's an equal interpretation, right? Both of these are possible. Both of these could be equally valid. So if it could be either one,
Why
to
is
a
yours
certain,
equally valid?
because they're both just possibilities.
I believe like
It's literally law of probability. If there's two options available, or at least two, right? And we just know of these two from them,
how
it would
about I add some like
oh my
context to
gosh.
mine or some evidence as to why mine would be more probable.
Okay.
So when
That's fine.
Yuji punches Choso with his left arm, he experiences pain enough to like shock him. It hurts
You
him
saw
when
that?
he's using it.
Can you show that? I don't. That's like really
Um,
detailed. I don't remember that.
yeah. You see in the panel near the bottom right where Yuji's like, there's like an electric shock going through his head after he punches him because he's using the arm that's injured. I mean, that arm is not to its fullest capabilities. It's like,
How do you know that's why he's like?
I think that's what's implied. I think the implication of him
Why?
getting his arm completely torn apart and then punching with that same arm and then experiencing some kind of shock, it would imply that maybe the arm that just got cut up and is now being used to punch at a normal force or tried to be used to punch at a normal force, which he's used to, can no longer handle that sort of force that he can apply normally, like
Yeah.
because he's heavily injured.
Why can that just be a good block by Choso? We see he's using his leg and arm to block it. That's a
Why would
powerful
that hurt
block.
Yuji?
Because it would increase the amount of damage that he can repel. Right. We see, and I'll give you an example. UFC fighters block like kicks, with their legs, right? Their shins
No, I
actually,
don't
more
know that,
specifically.
but okay.
They do that because it damages the other
Like
fighter.
their
So
bone?
yes,
Is
I'll show
Choso
you that.
blocking with his bone here, like specifically?
He's blocking with his thigh, which is much stronger than his arms.
Don't muscles have more elasticity than something like a bone?
What I'm saying is his leg, which I think
Can
you
you
see
just
him here.
answer the question?
Yeah, but muscles can be extremely hard, right? And I'll give you an
Okay,
example.
can you prove it's hard enough to hurt him?
No. What I'm saying is it's possible because I'll give the example. We know that people block with their legs
Oh my
because it's
god.
strong. Oh my gosh, I'll just show you. Like you don't seem to believe it.
No, I'll just say that Yuji hits him other times and he doesn't experience the same pain.
Does he block him
Like
with his leg when he blocks?
it doesn't matter. It's like he hits even
Yes, it
stronger.
does. It's stronger.
Okay, you have to let me finish here. It doesn't matter because he hits an even stronger Choso with a higher physicality, which should have
Does,
even stronger muscles, and he doesn't have any of this recoil.
do you know that it's stronger than his leg block?
His physicality is increased by twofold.
Yeah. How do you know it's stronger than his leg? Your legs are 4 times stronger than your arms.
I'm just talking about the muscles in general. They receive a passive amp because he's increasing his physicality. All his whole body should receive an amp.
Okay, so if he's blocking with his arms, which are 2 times stronger, and his legs are 4 times
Can you
stronger,
prove that he only blocked with his leg here and not just like a mix of both? Or like it looks like he punched in between his arm and his leg. Can you show me that he punched his leg directly?
no, it just appears to be because he lifts his leg and does so like primarily to block. If not, there'd be no
We
reason.
can see the impact. We can see exactly where the impact is going, and it's in between his arm and his leg.
No, I think that's the top part of his leg. It's like a stronger block. Yeah.
God, you're such a rat.
Mm-mm. Here, I want to show that like UFC fighters use the
I don't
leg to
care
block.
about that. I don't care about
Okay,
that.
here's an example. Mhm. Like it's a very specific technique to like repel like leg kicks and stronger
Okay, so
attacks.
you offered your interpretation. I offered my interpretation. We're moving on. Not
Okay,
allowing you
yeah.
to keep me here for an hour arguing the same thing.
Okay, see here.
Anywho, so Yuji can fight a stronger Choso before before his amp, which is like the fear thing. Do you need me to show you that now?
Oh wait, no. I also was like going for his other techniques. So convergence, I think is faster than like I think it's arguably his fastest technique. So we see Yuji like directly looking at convergence, and at point blank range, he just sits there and gets smacked by it like straight in the chest. So I'm saying this would be faster than his regular techniques.
Okay, it's faster the what's like the
I
shorter
think.
distance it hold
Sorry.
on, it's faster the shorter distance it travels, and that's stated. The longer it goes out, like the longer the technique is stretching, the slower it gets.
Yeah,
So
that's fine. That's okay.
it being fired directly in front of him, that's fine that it can hit him. Sure, I don't care.
I think under SBA they'd be close range anyway, within a few meters. So I think this would be fine. That it's actually faster
Okay, this
because
would
they're close
entail
range.
that he can get piercing blood off,
Yeah.
which I don't think he can because Megami is so much faster than Yuji.
I think piercing blood is a what's it called?
Again, actually, I think he got caught off guard here too.
Hell, I don't think so. He's literally
Because
looking
I
directly
think
at him.
piercing blood should be. We're not caught off guard, but like put in a situation where he couldn't dodge normally or block normally. Because like I said, Yuji can fight a Choso that's 2 times faster, or not 2 times, 2-fold faster, like 2 buffs. However much those buffs buff him, should 2 times fast, 2 buffs faster. So I don't think, unless you're saying like Choso can like clap his hands together, like physically move faster and shoot that technique even faster in base than he could in like, or than he could move in like flowing red scale stack, which I think should be the faster Choso, like physically anyways.
Yeah. So here the attack gets off before Yuji. I mean, when Yuji notices it, it still hasn't even launched. So it has to be after sometime after it's launched, right? So if it scales to this projectile
Obviously.
motion, yeah, if it scales to this projectile motion, it just has to be
What scales to this projectile motion? What does that mean?
Yuji's like reaction speed. He can't react to it. Like he literally just stands there and gets caught.
I already told you why he got caught.
You've given your interpretation as to why he got caught. I'm saying it doesn't matter whatever the reason is because he's already aware that he's using this attack before it's even launched. So whatever the speed is, he just got blitzed by it before it was even allowed to like project. So it
Okay,
would be a
so
blitz factor faster.
oh my god. You just throw
Okay,
that term
we can move
around
off that.
randomly. Like
No, I'm saying when I say blitz,
Yuji
when I
got
say
put in
blitz,
a
I mean
I
can't
don't
be is
care.
not
Yuji
react. You
got
just
put
said
in like I don't care. Yuji
you
got
said it
put
was
in a
thrown around
situation.
randomly. You
I
do
don't
care.
care, bro.
If you make a statement about something, you care about it, right? Because if not, you could just be
I'm
silent.
telling you I don't care about it.
Then
So
you
move
do.
on.
That's contradictory. What I'm saying is, when I say blitz, I'll
I
be very
don't
clear.
care. I'm
Okay,
trying to explain something before we move on.
okay. Can I explain what I mean? Because
I
you
don't
just
care about blitz. I don't care. I don't
you
care what you mean by blitz. I
if
do
you
not care.
if you make a claim that entails you do care because you chose to use energy on something, right? Because if not, you could just save the energy and not say anything. So what I'm saying is,
Well, I don't want to listen to you fucking diatribe about some bullshit. Like, I just
it
want to
takes
move
one. No, no,
on.
it's relevant. It takes 1 second. What
It's
I'm saying
not
is,
relevant. You call everything a blitz. You've called everything a blitz. You've called
no, no,
everything
no.
Choso does a blitz.
When I say
Just
blitz, I
stop.
mean unable to react to, right? And I think I've been very consistent about that. That's all. It was quick.
Okay, I don't care. Anyways, Yuji's put in a situation to where he cannot move regularly or block regularly or react to whatever attack is coming to him normally
Why can't
because
he?
Choso's tricky. He literally slammed his head up against a wall.
Mhm.
That could have rattled Yuji.
How do you know it did?
I'm giving any explanation as to why, because Choso in base anyways, he consistently plays tricks on Yuji to get hits off on him. Because in a normal one-on-one when they're up close, Choso would get dominated by Yuji, as shown. Like Yuji only hit him 3 times throughout the fight, and he was like, "Damn, if I get hit by him anymore, this gonna be really bad."
Sure, that he can have high AP. That's fine. What I'm saying is,
Meaning he dominates him in close combat. It's like why
mm,
which is
no,
evidence as to why Choso would be trying to catch him off guard, right? So he can get hits on him because he's
yeah,
not faster than him.
okay, well, okay, so that's fine. I think he does have high. UG does have high AP.
That's not all I
I
said, but okay.
yeah. Let me continue. What I'm saying is, I haven't seen any reason as to why he's like bewildered by this like head slam. Right? It could have just done its damage and that's it. Other than I haven't heard a reason as to why. I just heard possibility. There's no way to assert this thing did happen. So I would say UG's the same here
I
under
think
like
it's likely if you slam somebody's head into a wall that
why.
because I think that whenever you slam somebody's head into a wall, it can cause their like brain to rattle and like hit up like knock up against their skull, which could cause like some kind of it could cause you being unconscious if it's like severe enough. It
Yeah, how
could
do you
just
know it
cause
did
you.
that here?
I'm telling you why this would be likely. I'm not asserting it as an objective fact.
What
I'm
you
telling
said
you
it's
why my
possible. What is that?
possibility is probable.
No. You said the possibility exists, and you think. Why does your thought entail probability or high probability?
Can you ask that question again?
You said a possibility exists that you can be knocked out from getting your head slammed against the wall, or you can be some disoriented in some way. Why does you thinking this thing entail its probability or its increased probability over other
Because I think
possibilities?
if I looked it up right now to see if if you suffer head injuries, that you could suffer some kind of like
Okay,
daze.
without that evidence, I'm not accepting any high probability from a possibility. I don't think that's been evident.
I'm not giving you only the possibility. I'm giving you reason as to why the possibility would be probable.
What reason is it more probable than him not uh that not happening, right? Because we have no panel indication that happened. So
It doesn't have to be severe.
sure. Is there any indication?
It would be his head getting slammed into the wall and him not being able to react to something while also being able to react to like a faster Choso.
Well, I'm saying this attack would just scale faster than his other abilities. That'd be fine and consistent.
How do you determine that?
So if the other attacks scale relative, or like his hand-to-hand scales relative, and then this attack blitzes, or is it
What do
even
you
if you
mean
dis
his hand to hand scales relative? You talking
him
about
fighting?
base Choso?
No, his red stack scale.
Okay.
I actually, I don't. I think he does attack him in base, but it doesn't matter. Even if the other attacks scale, like his red stack scale relative, this would just be a faster attack. That's fine, right? Because the other ones scale relative to this one, he can't even react to, so it would blitz him, meaning it would have to be faster.
What are you
Unless
saying
we
scales relative?
the red stack or like red stack flow, like or the
So
full
you're
stack,
saying red
whichever one.
stack flow is slower than piercing blood
Yeah, it
because
can be.
Yuji couldn't
Yes,
react right here?
yes.
Okay, well, I've already explained to you why Yuji couldn't react and why flowing red stack should be faster than anything in base. Because
Wait,
his
why?
physicality, like him clasping his hands and the speed at which his blood is moving, right? Because he's increasing his blood flow in flowing red scale. So the speed at which he can move his hands and the speed at which he should be able to manipulate his blood should be faster than that of base because his blood is simply just
Mm,
flowing faster.
this is a new argument. Okay, so um, you know that he condenses the blood to make the piercing blood, right? So it's the same principle. So I'm saying he just does it on a
I'm
higher
saying he can
scale.
do it faster. He should be able to do it faster because he
Why?
can flow his blood faster.
I haven't heard any reason for that.
I just gave you reasoning.
You're
He can
saying
flow his blood at a faster rate, like move his blood. He can forcefully make his blood go faster than what it was previously.
okay, wait. So okay, let me give you the example. You're just claiming this thing. You're saying he can.
No,
Wait,
I'm
you
not
said
claiming it. This is
anyway.
stated in the manga.
Can you show where he can flow his blood faster? 'Cause I don't
Holy
know that to be true.
shit.
Well, you are claiming it because I haven't seen any scans, right?
I thought since I had said it so many times that you would have known about it.
That's just a claim then. It's still just a claim.
Okay, 1 second. Oh my god. Villain or Rin, do you guys have like what flowing red scale does when Kamo does it?
I'm trying to find it. If I get it, I will.
Yeah, I can get it for you.
Does it also explain what it does when Choso does it, just in case Geass says like they're not the same or something?
No, it doesn't say. There's like no statements about it.
Hmm.
Um, where does he use it? Kamo uses it. He pulls out Flying Red Scale, chapter 43.
Wait, where?
You think you can drop the skin?
Yeah,
please?
yeah.
Where he's like he's on a whole different level.
Oh, comma uses it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, right here.
Okay. So Kamo, you recognize is from the same clan and is literally using the exact same technique as Joso. Do you disagree?
Yeah, I agree. This makes him faster than his base, but why does that? Megami has never encountered the compressing piercing blood, so why would he be able to like scale to that or have any knowledge of how fast it is?
What? I'm not. I don't know why you said that. All I'm claiming is that he should be able to move his blood faster due to flowing red scale because he's increasing the number of red blood cells, the blood composition, the pulse rate, everything. Everything is going quicker, and that's why he becomes faster.
Where does it say that he's moving his blood rate and like cell count? Like, where does he say that's making it faster and a higher count? Like, I don't see that anywhere.
I think it's implied by what the technique's effect is.
Body temperature. Okay, so he's adding more blood, right?
I think
Okay.
he's like increasing the flow of his blood.
Okay.
That's
Uh,
why it's called doping, meaning he can increase the flow of his blood, which like he increases like I guess the amount of oxygen his blood is getting, just like make him faster. I don't know how exactly it works, but I'm just assuming like the increase of blood
sure.
um
Okay.
is making him faster in
Why does
some
this
way.
make it faster than the piercing blood?
No, I'm saying he should all his techniques should receive some kind of amp when he's in flowing red scale.
How? I'm sorry, but like, why? He only uses it on his hands. Like, why does that mean his
What do you
piercing blood
mean?
becomes faster?
He uses it through blood, the thing he uses to attack,
Yeah, but
not
I'm
just his
saying
hands.
he
No,
only
what
uses
he's
it.
doing on his hands is hardening his blood. That's not flowing red scale.
Okay,
That's
so
different.
okay, this is okay. So what I'm hearing is this is an amp that makes his him faster, right? His
Overall,
physicality
yeah.
faster.
Everything.
No, no, I haven't seen why it makes his piercing
I'm
blood
saying that
faster.
he can move his blood like faster throughout his body, so he should be able to also move his blood faster without I mean like outside of his body.
Why is that true?
Because that's what the technique does. It increases the flow of your blood. Like
If it increases flow inside of the body, why does it also do it outside the body? Because the blood isn't
because they're
flowing at that point.
controlling the body. They're controlling the blood. So I don't think it would matter if it's inside your body or outside your body because you're controlling it all the same.
You don't flow blood outside of your body. Like it just is
They're just moving it. Flow means to move it.
to move through the body, which is where they can control it. But why does that entail out?
They can control blood outside of their body too, Geass.
Okay, sure. Even if okay, sure. Even if that's the case, why is it
So
still? Wait. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be very clear. This is an amp that makes his blood faster. Sure. Why does it make it faster than the piercing attack, which I claim UG is
you're not
blitzed by?
listening. You're not
You
listening.
no no. You're just claiming it's an amp, right? An
It's an amp
unquantified
to
amp.
everything.
Sure, it can be an amp. Why is it
Yes.
quantified above piercing blood?
Well, I'm saying that this Choso should be faster, right? Because piercing blood, all he's doing is just moving his blood, right? And if he can move his blood at a faster rate with flowing red scale, then he should also be able to
What are
move
you
his
guys arguing about?
Choso
Okay.
versus Megami pre
Oh, is this a
uh
debate?
yeah.
Yeah. So wait, if he's condensing the blood to shoot it like into a projectile, he's controlling it here, right?
He's
He's
always
actually taking
controlling his blood. Yes.
yeah, so he's taking time to shoot it out at a faster speed. Yuji even comments to say, "Damn it, he's keeping his distance from me. The blood
And
beam is
I'm
too
telling
fast."
you that he'd be able to move his blood quicker
Yeah, yeah,
in
you just
flowing red
keep
scale.
claiming that. I haven't heard a reason, so we can move on.
It's it's like you agree with me and then you go back. You agree with me,
No,
you go back. It's
from
just
what I
you're really
understand,
weird.
I'm saying the quantification is scaling to the piercing blood, right? It's a blitz factor above his other techniques.
I
With
still
the
haven't agreed to that. 'Cause I
yeah,
just
I think sure. I think I've demonstrated that, but you can disagree. So I'm
okay.
saying with flowing red scale, the difference would be he and as you said yourself, he scales to UG even with the flowing red scale, right? So there would be a quantification, a blitz factor difference. I haven't seen any contrary position as to why this thing is a blitz factor faster, and it wouldn't be under your own
I
assertion.
I never claimed anything is a blitz factor,
I know you haven't shown it, which is kind of the problem, right?
which
So,
is I don't believe
oh,
I've
okay,
already explained to you
okay.
why
You just
Yuji
saying
got.
you,
Hold on, don't cut me off. I've
yeah,
already explained to you why Yuji got hit, and I've already explained to you why it's not a blitz.
okay. So you
And
just,
I've also connected it to a stronger Choso, which would keep my interpretation consistent as to why Yuji is getting hit by a base Choso.
okay. I think I've
He's
demonstrated.
also getting. I think he should, like I said earlier, he should be getting progressively weaker and weaker, as he's taking more damage through the precedent I set of him getting his arm, like ripped apart, and he's not. He shouldn't be able, or as he says, he shouldn't be able to move his arm the way he needs to, and also when he punches with like the normal amount of force that he
Wait,
normally punches with,
sure.
he has like pain. Um,
Did you ever
throughout
say
his
why that
body.
made him faster? Because I didn't hear any reason.
Why? What
Or why
made
that
him
made him
faster?
slower? Just having like pain.
Yeah, I've already explained it. I'm not gonna go into it again. We literally
Okay,
just got off of that.
we can go
Okay,
ahead.
so anyway, so since Megami is faster than this Yuji, through the Awasaka fight, that Megami would just be able to beat the shit out of base Choso before he can do anything. Because Megami should be fighting with his Shikigami, which is very in character for him. So he just pull out Khan and like his sword or whatever, and just double team Choso until he's dead. Just cut his head off.
Wait, how do you know he can damage Choso?
How do I know he can damage Choso?
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, can I add something real quick? Do you think Yuji has less AP? I mean, sorry, less durability than Megami?
does Yuji have less durability than Megami?
Yeah, I think he has more. And so if Choso can damage him, he can damage Megami
Does
as
you
well.
does okay? Well, why? Why does
Because he literally just has stronger muscles. Like he's physically stronger and
I
has more
mean,
curse energy.
what are you using to determine that with? Like,
They say multiple times he's physically stronger, so his muscles would be
yeah,
harder.
physically, as in raw strength. I mean,
Yes. So if your muscles are harder, you have harder defenses.
that doesn't mean that Megami couldn't like amp himself to go to reach or go above Yuji's level. I'm not claiming it as such, but I'm just saying this can exist. Like Yuji,
Does he have
Yuji,
more cursed energy?
hmm,
Does he have more cursed
he
energy?
could have better control of it, his own.
Um,
I
I
mean,
don't know
I
that.
I assert I think he would obviously have better curse energy control because he can do like the pinnacle of domain sorcery or jujutsu sorcery, his domain expansion, even if it's incomplete.
Yuji
Because
hasn't even learned the technique. Though. I don't know that's necessarily a good
okay,
comparison.
what I'm telling you is like Megami has an S class jutsu. Yuji has like some base C class jutsu that he's really good with. Like, however, doesn't matter. Megami's like, no, I'm not, Valor. Anyways,
We're gonna have a talk after.
it's like he just has he can use the pinnacle of jujutsu sorcery. It's like that would imply that he, just like anyone else who can use domain expansion, should have better curse control than anyone else who can't.
Why does curse
Why?
control equal better like defense or better durability?
Because you can control your curse energy better.
Why does
Meaning
that make it stronger?
you
Like I
should be
don't
able to put more curse energy into like your body parts than someone with poorer control.
I don't know that to be true. Can you show that?
Know what to be true. Someone with more control of their curse energy should
Yeah,
be
it
able
can
to
add
control it better
well
by putting
yeah.
more curse energy into what they need to because they can control it.
Well yeah, we disagree. You keep repeating control. We disagree on what control entails, right? You're
What
saying
does
better
control
control equals
entail, Geass?
yeah, you're saying better control equals more control in or more defense in one like spot
No,
or
that
one like
okay. Did
you
what I'm saying is he should be able to move around his curse energy more efficiently than someone like Yuji could.
okay, so better, yes.
Okay,
Better
but
in his
that's the
defense, yes.
reasoning.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm asking you to show that. Like you're just claiming it now.
Show what?
You're saying greater control. I think okay, basically I'm gonna be very simple. I think having a base amount of control with your curse energy equals just a layer of defense, right? I don't think having more efficient control entails a stronger defense. Could you show that?
No, I don't. I don't care to. That's fine.
But
I
there's
don't even know
no.
what. I don't even know what this is about. Like,
That means they just have the same defense, right? So if he can damage
if they have the
Yuji, then
same
he can damage
defense,
Megumi.
sure.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine then. Okay. All right, we can. I can finish off that. That can be like my end of my scaling.
So Choso can hurt Megumi. Okay.
Yeah, so
Is
I'm
that all
saying
you
he.
wanted to say? Sure. That's
Yeah, I'm
fine.
saying he can blitz in
Yeah.
one shot, which is like
No,
the
you can't
original.
blitz him, but
Okay, wait. If the scaling I presented goes through, Yuji has said if he gets me in the head, he'll kill me, right?
yeah, that's fine. I mean,
Okay, so that
well,
that would be
I'm
my
not
point.
saying that Megumi would like survive an attack point blank to his head.
Okay, all right, then okay. That's fine. We can agree.
So I'm telling you that he would get gangbanged by Khan and what's it called? Khan and Megumi, and Khan should have higher AP than Megumi himself.
Okay, so I think how do you know that it's above Chosa?
No, I think it's equal like to what Yuji can do. Like
Why? Why do you say
at
that?
least like when they both hit him in that one panel where you're claiming blood is flying everywhere, they're both drawing blood from him. So
Wait, who's drawing blood from Chosa?
not from Choso, from Awasaka.
Well, that
They should have like relative AP.
that just means they can both damage him. That doesn't mean that they can both damage this higher target, right?
Why is Choso higher?
Then Arasaka.
Yeah, in
Um,
terms of durability.
hmm. I thought that was evident. But give me 1 second. I don't know that he even does he draw Choso's blood at all? I don't know. Let me see.
Choso literally says he hits him 3 times, one of which he blocked, right? And
Yeah.
he was like getting ready to lose the fight. I forgot what he verbatim said, but he was like, "Damn, these 3 hits are like really hurting, and if I keep getting
Uh,
hit, I'm gonna lose."
mhm. 1 sec. What does he do? Doesn't he hit? I'm pretty sure he hits Arasaka once and he like gets knocked out without his
Well, that's
ability.
I don't think Awasaka ever turns off his ability. They figure it
Okay.
out and start hitting him like with baby hits, and it really affects him.
Okay.
Also, Choso does bleed. Oh no, that's Yuji. I'm sorry. Never mind. It doesn't matter.
Okay. I mean, I can. All right. I'll just agree he can get damaged because he literally comes out and says it.
Okay, so Khan, who is shown to be much stronger than Megami through Hanami, right?
Yeah, because it damages Hanami. Sure.
Also the Kurt when he used his domain against the
Does
Curse
it
Bearer,
does it scale to Megami and speed?
does what scale to Megami and
Con.
speed? I would say so because it's like it's able to keep up with what Yuji and Megami are doing in the fight. It's able to like attack as
Mm.
well. So sure.
And if somebody vouches for that, I agree.
It's
But
literally in a scan that's been posted, bro.
it's during the Awasaka fight, isn't it?
Yes. Oh my god, I'll go get it again, Geass.
Uh, is that the dog?
Yeah, it's the dog. Here, posted. Smacks him in the face.
I think that's off guard, like shit. I think that's very off guard.
I'm telling you, it's keeping up with Yuji and Megami. That's what I'm saying. It's like
I disagree. He's literally like looking at Yuji when he's like when they're fighting, and Khan just comes up from above him and just smacks him in the head. Like that's as off guard as it gets, in my opinion.
I mean, as a fighter, what's it called? Alasaka should be able to sense the curse energy that is coming off of Khan. So
Even if he can sense it, it doesn't mean that him trying to protect himself from 2 other people means he isn't off guard, right? He can recognize all these people as a threat, and if a third one comes in, he may not be able to handle it because he's already being attacked by 2 people, right? So it would just be a jumping and an off guard feat. And he feels he's the only time he notices Khan's hand is when it's like swiping at his face above him while he's fighting both of them. So
Okay,
I see
then
that as completely off guard and surprised.
I think someone who's like relative to Yuji, in a fight with Megami, Khan should also be able to catch that person off guard too. It's fine. Just run around and eventually catch him off guard when he's not looking, when he's facing Megami.
Well, we know that Awasaka's off guard. Why does that mean Choso is?
I'm just under the pretense that he's fighting one opponent and one just comes out of nowhere, unless like Choso has like some greater sensing ability or some
And
like.
he's fighting two here. He's fighting two people here.
Well, I'm just saying a person coming out of nowhere. I don't think it matters how many you're fighting if somebody's coming out of nowhere.
Well, you would just be arbitrarily asserting that changing the variables here means the same outcome, right? And I don't think you can do that. Because you're saying if
What
we
I'm
take away,
telling you
let me
is
let me elaborate. Because you're saying two people plus one dog off guard equals an attack, right? And I'm saying you can't assert that different person being attacked with one other person attacking them equals off guard attack, right? I don't know how you could do that under like identity of indiscernibles, right? This is a different variable metaphysically.
okay. I'll just say that since Megami's faster than Yuji, Choso would already have his hands full because he already had his hands full with the injured Yuji, and that introducing another combatant to the fight who has AP greater than Megami and speed somewhat relevant. Otherwise, Awasaka would have been able to dodge it if it wasn't at all relevant. Has to be somewhat relative. Otherwise, he would just blitz the hand that's coming after him, even if it's like coming out of nowhere. It's like moving at 1 mile per hour. It doesn't matter if it's coming out of nowhere. You should still be able to dodge it. So it has to be somewhat relevant. That Choso would eventually get hit by Khan at least one time, right? Because he cannot pay attention to this person running around when he's already having his hands full dealing with someone that's faster than Yuji, who he couldn't deal with when he gets in his face anyways.
Okay.
Unless he's using some dirty tricks.
Okay, yeah, I think we've gotten over it. I think
also Megami has domain expansion, so
wait, hold on.
which
You gotta
amps him.
bring that up after this. I think under identity of indiscernibles, these two scenarios have different properties. So we can assume that they're not necessarily the same. And if that's the
Okay,
case,
I
we
didn't
can't
say they were the same anymore. I
Okay,
introduced an entirely new scenario.
Yeah, so I'm saying under
An entirely new scenario. I'm not comparing them.
It's okay. If it's not based on the other scenario, then there's no precedent that says Choso will get
It's not based on the other scenario.
Okay, then there's no precedent that Choso will be off guarded here, so that's fine. We can move off that.
Okay, you would be asserting that Choso can fight two people at the same time that are like relative, if not above him. Can he do that? Can you show me him doing that?
No, I'm saying if we don't know, essentially, if we can't make an assertion either way, the situation
No, you can't.
You asked me to answer your question, then kept talking over me. Can
and
I
I have like contention with what you just
your
said.
contention will still exist after I finish what I'm saying. Do you need to interject?
Yes, because I don't need to hear it if I don't.
No, you don't. Stop. Okay, you're trolling. So what I'm saying is,
I'm not trolling. What the
okay, I'm very concise. I speak under like 20 seconds.
Just hurry up.
Across.
Yeah, shut up and go.
Just stop interrupting me. What? So what I'm saying is, if there's no way to assert either way that this person can be caught off guard with this different scenario, and they cannot, if you can't assert this thing, it would be the same scenario, meaning he would be able to deal with both of them at the same time. Okay?
Okay, so you didn't provide any contention when I said that Khan has to have some type of relevant speed, right? You actually agreed with me. So instead of catching him off guard,
I asked you why he has relative speed very specifically.
I did provide contention.
No, I said
and you didn't provide any contention.
I said it wasn't relative because it was off guard.
I think you like lose yourself in debates, bro. You literally agreed with me like 2 minutes ago after I explained to you he has to have some kind of relevant speed in order for the attack to work at all. Because like I said, if something comes at you at 1 mile per hour, even if it's out of your vision and comes into your vision suddenly, if you're moving faster than it, you should be able to get out of the way. Right now, if they were the same speed or like near the same speed in a relative ballpark, I would understand why he wouldn't be able to get out of the way. Sure, because it's coming out of nowhere. But if it's so much slower than him that he doesn't have to worry about it, then no off guard attack would have worked.
I've already. So you're just making a claim, right? And I've disagreed under the idea that him being off guard doesn't scale to his natural ability or fighting a person by themselves. So you just making that claim just goes up against my contention again,
What are you
right? It's
talking
fine.
about? What?
I've said this is an off guard feat like multiple times, right? It doesn't scale, and I've even asked like why this would scale. You've given your reasoning. I've given
I'm
my
I'm
obvious.
telling you I'm
Let's
telling
I'm
you
almost
that
done.
he doesn't
I've given
have to
my.
be equal to
Oh
him.
my gosh.
I'm not saying he's equal to him. I'm saying obviously has to be in a relative ballpark.
Okay, and you made your claim that it has to be relative. I've said and even questioned why he would even be relative. Okay, so
I
your
already explained that.
yeah, your interpretation goes up against my contention. Just because you make the point more than once doesn't mean my
Do you
contention
think there's
disappears.
anything between a blitz and relativity, Geass? Like if
Blitz.
you're not relative to someone, do you think you're getting blitzed by them?
No, they can be significantly faster where you can't perform the I don't know, some mid tier where you can't perform the defenses you'd like to or the counterattacks you'd like to, but you can still react. I think there are grades or a
Like you
spectrum
mean
between that.
react by perception, like you can perceive it?
Yeah, I think that's the lowest tier. Saying like a perception blitz is like the uh, or yeah, perceiving someone's like the lowest like somewhat relative speed you could be at.
So it's either you are fast as someone or like in the ballpark, or you're fast enough to where they can see you but they can't react, or you're perception blitzing and combat speed
No,
blitzing them.
like I've said, I think it's a spectrum. I don't think that it's necessarily definitive in which actions you can take as far as speed, right? You could
Okay, well, I
be
think it's not. I think it's very blatant. You either react to them or you don't, unless there's some extenuating circumstances affecting your perception or reaction speed.
I could give an like the example I'd give is to say someone can react to someone or sorry. I think perfect relativity is matching someone's speed
There's no
directly.
such thing as perfect
Uh,
relativity. You just be equal.
where two people are, it's another phrase for equal, right? Being perfectly relative to someone means equal
Those are
in all ways.
contradictory, literally contradictory to one
What's
another.
contradictory about being perfect and relative?
Perfect doesn't perfect mean the exact same, like or like an exact copy of if you're using the context of two people doing the same thing. And a
No.
relative would mean that you're in the same ballpark. Like you're kind of this, you're in the relative area, you're not exact. They're literally contradictory. Move on.
Why does relative mean ballpark? I don't know. To be clear. Considered in relation or in proportion to something else. It does not have to be in the ballpark. You could be perfectly relative to someone or exactly relative to someone. I don't know why you're
I
saying
don't
that,
think
and I'll
so.
drop the definition for that. In relation or in proportion to someone. You can be in relation to something and be equal to it. Can you not?
I don't know that to be
Yes,
the
you
case.
can. You can relate two things by putting an equal sign between them. Okay? So you can be
Maybe in
completely relative to
mathematics,
someone.
sure.
That's how we're inferring it. It's a quantitative statement. Oh my gosh, like yes, you can be exactly relative to someone. Holy shit. So
I
what I'm
don't think
saying is,
so.
okay, I've given you the definition of it. It doesn't
I think
matter
in the
what you
context of like debating through VSBW and like just standards that this community that you and I are part of they use like the term relative to mean something different than equal. So
uh no, I actually don't know it to be true. I just disagree. It's fine. But
okay,
so
Did like fuck.
you
you're lagging
Just
really.
resolve. You guys know what you meant, so just
yeah, I mean I think it's like really clear.
Go
Like
on, bro.
okay, so
God damn.
you brought that up, not me. So you go
Just
on.
go on.
Okay, don't interject. That's fine. So what I'm saying is here, I'm obviously contending it. I'm saying it's off guard, right? So I mean that's cool. Right? So it doesn't scale relative. I woun't question this thing if I agreed and believed it was true, right? So it's very obvious I'm giving
I just
contention.
don't think you remember the things that you say. And then
Did
once they're brought
okay?
up,
Did I not very clearly say why does this mean he's relative?
I answered you.
Okay, so I did have contention. If I didn't,
Which is
I wouldn't be
you
speculating as to why it's not
when
true.
I
And
first
then
brought it up, you had contention. And when I explained myself, you didn't say anything.
I don't. Okay, listen. If I have contention, you can give your refutation. It doesn't mean my contention is withdrawn. It just means it stands. Okay, unless I agree to this thing.
But I introduced new reasoning to the argument, new evidence,
Just
which you
because
didn't contend with.
just because it's new doesn't mean it disproves the point someone's making, right? It's not necessarily true.
The contention is no longer valid. If my argument has changed, you can't say what?
Yes, you can. Like, what? If I say, Choso can't block heavy objects, and you say, no, he can block a tank, and then you say, no, he can block an elephant. That's a new argument and reasoning. My contention would still stand.
There's no reasoning in either of those. I just in that scenario, I'm just saying he can do this.
That is reasoning. It's empirical evidence. You're saying this
I'm
thing.
making a claim. There's no reasoning for that.
Yes, and then you just show the claim. That'd be empirical evidence, right?
Well,
You
you
show
didn't.
that he
I
blocks a
mean,
tank.
it just sounds like in that scenario, I'm just saying out loud, Choso can do this
Okay,
and
if you
this.
say he blocks a tank, then show a picture of him blocking a tank. Then you show him, say he can block an elephant, then show him blocking an elephant. Those would be two different lines of reasoning for why he can block heavy objects. Okay, my contention would still stand unless debunked or disproven. Like it's simple. So what I'm
Is
saying
that?
is,
I don't think that's analogous at all to this specific
okay, you can
situation.
disagree. That's fine. I think it's perfectly analogous. Right? So what I'm saying is, I've given my contention. We can move on. That's fine.
Is there
Okay.
anything else you have to say? Because I brought up domain expansion. You told me to wait.
Yeah. That can be a new. You were shotgunning. It was in the middle of a different point. So let's bring it
Wasn't
up now. And
shotgunning you.
it was in the middle of
Literally,
whether he was
it
off
was a
guard.
lull in the debate in which I brought it up, and you're like, "Hey, wait!" Like
We
I
were
didn't
in the
shotgun
middle.
you.
We were in the middle of an off
Listen,
guard
I
point.
didn't
Yes.
shotgun you.
Domains have. What do domains have to do with off guard? Being off guard.
We finished that.
We weren't
Oh
done.
my
I was
fucking god.
I was literally looking at the scan. We were not done. Okay, we can be done. What does his domain have to do with it?
Do with what? What are you asking me?
You brought up something about his domain.
His domain is something that he can use, and his domain is something that obviously increases his stats. Meaning he would be faster. What's it called? Than he would normally would.
If Choso is faster, he just one shot. So I'm cool with that.
If Choso
Okay.
is faster, he just one shots. He didn't
Yeah, he just
shot
uses
Yuji, so why would he one shot Megumi?
You agree earlier if he hits him in the head, it's a one shot. So we can move on.
Yeah, I mean,
So
if he hits him in the head,
I'm saying
sure.
he was trying to hit Yuji in the head. Yuji just guessed his movements, right? So if Yuji guessed
Where?
on, here, I got you. He literally says it's 50-50. If I like F up, I'm dead.
Yeah, if I'm not disagreeing that if he gets hit in the head, he's going to die.
Okay.
Not
That's what he's
disagreeing with
trying
that.
to do. Okay. That's what he's trying to do. Yuji just guesses correctly and dodges, like ducks under the blast, right? So I'm saying here.
Okay, so Megumi would just duck under all of his blasts.
No, I'm saying Yuji has higher like physical prowess. He just has the ability to guess.
But Megumi is faster.
I mean we've argued whether he's faster. So, yeah. If he's not, then I say he just gets one shot.
Okay,
And
so
if not, Choso just keeps shooting him. If he gets closer, Choso shoots him again.
what is Choso's durability?
It scales to Yuji's AP because he blocks his
Which
attack.
is
Relative to Megami, so he'd be. Yeah.
So he would also get one shot.
No,
if he gets hit by Megami.
To get one shot.
Because if Yuji gets hit by piercing blood anywhere but his head, I don't think it would just be an instant one shot. Maybe if it's his heart, sure. If it's like his heart or his brain, he probably would get one shot. But any other place, I don't think he would just instantly die.
Yeah, you're right. I think he would just hit him until he dies. So if he gets him once, he just keeps like spamming it till he's dead.
I don't think he can spam it. Can you show me him spamming it?
Yeah. When Yuji gets hit by it, he gets like really disoriented.
By hits by what? Hit by what?
The piercing blood.
Okay.
He asked you to show Choso spamming piercing blood.
Yeah.
He doesn't in character do that anyways. He's just a dirty fighter. Hey, no cap though. Choso's goated, but he is a dirty fighter. Fights like a faggot.
The fuck?
Can you just tell me where he does it? Like we've both been through this fight enough to where you should be able to just tell me where he's doing it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest.
To save us time, because he
I don't
doesn't
know
spam it.
Yeah, I don't know that he's
Moving on, so he wouldn't spam it.
So he can just use it and then just like rush Megami and just beat his ass.
If for some reason Megami sees he's at a disadvantage and that he's going to lose, he'll just use domain expansion and kill Choso. If he
Yeah.
gets in a bad spot, like where Choso is faster than him, and he's not getting one shot, so I don't think he would.
Okay,
even if
this is
Choso-
all under the context he doesn't like immediately get killed. Which I don't think he has the same like physical intuition Yuji does. So
It'd be like Megami. Can Megami summon Khan and another Shikigami? Has he ever done that before?
Yes.
Like Khan and another Shikigami at the same time?
Yeah, he's done like con and frogs and some stuff.
Okay, so I'll just say that Megami like you'll just use all the like the amount of Shikigami that he can
yeah.
in the fight, like to his advantage. Like
Okay.
grabbing Choso's arms probably with like frogs. You have to deal with Nue flying around and shocking him. Maybe Max Elephant.
Yeah.
So just all his Shikigami. Oh, also, if I feel like if he doesn't use domain, which he might not, he would just use like the Maharaga whatever, and it would end in a draw.
No.
Yeah, no, he in
Cheesy
character does
bitch.
that.
He
In
only
character does it.
he
Cheesy
only does
bitch.
that in the instance where
Cheesy
he's pushed
bitch.
against the wall and he has like no other like chance, and that's because
Yeah, he does it so many times, Geass. He's like gotten in that stance and powered up his
My
curse
God.
energy to do that technique at least 3 times. And it's like and
that would just be a draw either way. Like they
yeah, sure.
killed both of
It
them.
would be a draw. But I actually no, I don't think it'd be a draw because I think Choso would die first because I think that thing would go after Choso first.
Why? No,
Because
no. In character, when it appears, it literally punches him in the head and like knocks him out. It just plot armor. He doesn't die immediately.
yeah, so he wouldn't die getting hit in the head again, but Choso would get
How do you
fucked
know this time like he just wouldn't get one shot? Like I don't understand.
because he was fatigued then.
Right? So why are you saying like he wouldn't like suffer extreme damage from it even if he
Because
wasn't
he would
fatigued?
have more curse energy to defend himself with.
How do you know he didn't have enough to defend himself then?
I'm saying that he used a shit ton of it in his domain expansion, and he
That's
would
cool.
obviously have less.
That's
Right?
cool.
You do agree?
Why doesn't he just ration it like and use portions like
Because
like
we
a
don't know if he even has enough to do that in the first place. After summoning
yeah?
after summoning Maharaga and using domain expansion, we don't know if he has enough curse energy to use it as he
Sure.
normally does.
Sure. So if
So
that's the
I
case,
couldn't give you a reason as to why he did or did not.
so
We
if
just
that's
don't know if he has any curse energy at all.
okay, yeah, you said that. If we don't know, then
Yeah.
we have no way to assert he's out of cursed energy. It would be more likely
I'm
during
saying he would
fights
have
that he
more
had.
though in a normal
Oh my gosh!
circumstance.
Even if he has more, how do you? Why are you saying he doesn't just split his energy evenly? Well, is there
Why are
any
you saying
like?
he does?
Yeah, because there's no like telling in JJK or no like evidence that sorcerers get progressively weaker every single time they use cursed energy.
Well, from Megami in Megami's case specifically, when he uses domain, he gets extremely fatigued, as we've already seen.
Yeah. How do you know he's out of cursed energy though immediately? Like I don't get that.
I didn't say he was out of curse energy immediately. I'm just saying he used a bunch of it in his domain expansion, and then he used even more of it for Maharaga. So in the instance where he gets hit by Maharaga, he wouldn't have enough. Or
Yeah,
sorry, he
you said that.
wouldn't.
You said that.
Sorry, he
That's not what
wouldn't
I'm
have
asking
as
you.
much cursed energy as he
That's right.
normally
That's
would
not
to
what I'm
defend
asking you.
himself.
What I'm asking you is, can you show that sorcerers get progressively weaker as they use cursed techniques?
I don't have to because I've shown that
Okay.
Megami in specific, when he uses domain expansion, which he already did do,
That's when he
it
runs
gets.
out of energy. He's out of energy then. Okay.
I don't think it's. Is he out of
If
energy?
he yes, if he's not out of energy, you can't show that he gets progressively weaker. So the only thing that would follow is that he's using splits, like certain dividends of energy
I'm
per
pretty
like
sure there's
the
like
amount of
some
fight. Okay, well
implication that
let me finish.
Mahito. I mean, I said Mahito.
Oh my gosh,
Megami's
he's using.
getting
Oh my gosh,
weaker.
I can't talk. I let you like repeat yourself 3 times and I can't say one thing. What I'm saying is
I
he's
heard what you
using split.
said.
Okay, he's using split dividends. Like it's fine, right?
Can
That
you show
follows
me him
perfectly.
doing that?
Well, no. Under idea of indiscernibilities, it would follow that unless this thing's
What
property
is
that
the
is his
idea of indiscernibles? Or what do you say?
we take the assumption things are the same because their properties are the same unless shown different, right? So metaphysically, it would
So can you
follow a thing is its properties
what are the
until
two
properties are
sets of
shown different.
properties? What are the two sets of properties? Can you introduce those to me? Because I didn't hear
There
them.
are no distinction. Like I'm saying, there is no distinction between the two sets of properties between his stats, right?
What are you like before domain and after? Is that what you're saying?
No, when using cursed energy.
So you're saying he always uses his cursed energy in this way, regardless of the circumstance? Is that what you're
I'm
claiming?
saying, assumption being metaphysically, thing has properties. We see no change in thing. Assumption, properties are the same. Okay, it's Leibniz's law. It goes under a few names, but it's that this thing follows that it's made of its properties until we have evidence its properties are changed. Right, that being his stats here. Okay, so I'm saying we know. Do you agree that using techniques cost curse energy? And actually, you said it does, so that's fine. So we can move off that. That's
Obviously.
fine. Yes, that's fine. Okay, so the idea holds, and um, here I say he still just
What
glitches them.
chapter is Maharaga even summoned in?
117.
You're kind of lame for using that shit, but
Why is Megami on the ground in 116? Is this like a
Uh,
flash forward?
He got snuffed.
yeah, he got stabbed from behind.
all right, we end the debate now. Are we done?
No, hold on. Just wait a
Okay.
second.
Someone needed to be done a while ago, but okay.
What do you,
Okay,
that was
Mr.
six
Tesoro.
paths.
No, that was you. You said, I hurry up. You not keep me here for an hour.
Oh, arguing over the same thing.
Mhm.
That's what I said.
But now we wait for the chapter.
I was just saying what happened
Hmm.
right when he summoned
Okay,
me.
so
That's
can we
all.
be done? Like, what? If you're just looking at like JJK, we can be done.
Yeah, sure, we can be done. Do you want to give conclusions?
No, I think we're good.
Okay. Did you record it?
Uh, yes.
Okay.
All right. What do y'all think? What's the audience think? What y'all think?